outside that I'm going to actually fix that. So darn hot outside. Nobody really wants to come down to the office. We're trying to get everybody to come down to the office and join us and listen to Let's Talk Real Estate, but it's so hot today. So I understand if some of you aren't going to be online today. I get it. But I want to share so much really cool stuff. So I think most of you know that 2024 is my year as Tri-County's Board of Realtors. And guess what? They're sending me already to all kinds of really cool conventions, things to learn about how to be a great leader. So Inmen's was where all the people who run the big, huge companies were talking about, how they recruit people. And so we're going to talk about that. I know that some of you are people who want to become real estate agents. And I know that some of you want to buy real estate. And some of you might want to flip. I have done all that stuff before. So I'm ready to take questions. If you guys have questions for me, I know only one person just popped on, but I didn't really announce this. We're trying to do it every Friday. So every Friday, I'd like to start at 3:30 and go to 4. But this week I am teaching the mortgage class. So anybody that wants to become a mortgage loan officer, every month we do the 20-hour course. So to become a loan officer, you have to take a 20-hour course that is timed. Literally, if you go to the restroom, we have to see how long you're gone. If you're gone more than about 8 minutes, we have to kick you out of the class. So the mortgage class is usually once or twice a month at Real Estate Trainers where I teach. And then we have the Crown course. And I'm working on some videos for you to help you on the mortgage Crown course. There are mortgage videos here on my YouTube channel. And I know that people have passed the national test by watching my videos. I don't know why my eyes are burning today, but I think it's because it's so darn hot. Maybe it's sweat going in my eyeball. I don't know. But anyway, so some of you want to become loan officers. Some of you want to become real estate agents. Some of you just want to invest in property. So here, I'm going to talk about all that stuff right now. So nobody's online asking me questions. So usually if you're online, I'll take your question and figure out what we're going to talk about. So first, mortgage loan officers. So I just recently said I am teaching the mortgage class tonight. The class is 20 hours. You take one 20-hour course, then I highly suggest that you study like crazy because I'm told that the test, I've actually took the test, but it was a long time ago because I have to be licensed to teach that class. The mortgage loan officer test, I'm told, is 7 times harder. Hi, since you'll be going live Friday at 3:30, you'll spread the word. Cool, awesome. I'm trying to read it. Basically, I'm trying to go live every Friday and I'll answer your questions. And when I don't have to teach at night, I could stay on as long as you guys have questions, as long as you want to ask me about anything that has to do with real estate. Literally, I have done it all. And when I say I have done it all, you guys, okay, so when the mortgage meltdown happened and a lot of real estate agents were doing short sales, I had a company called Short Sale Resolution Network. And because most real estate agents didn't know how to do the short sale, guess who processed the short sales for them? Your favorite, me. So I processed the short sales. I don't think we're going to have a lot of short sales coming up in the near future, but it's good to know how to do everything and all facets of real estate because sometimes people actually ask me, how have you survived in real estate with the ups and the downs? Because there's a lot of ups and downs. With the ups and the downs constantly, but still be able to not have to go and get I hate to say a real job because being in real estate is a real job. And a lot of times people think they can do part-time real estate. Hi, how you doing? Oh, I didn't even tell you I was going to be here. Thank you for joining us. So if you think of something I can answer for you. We talk all the time on the phone. So you guys also, I will talk to you guys on the phone if you have questions about investing or if you have a buyer that's really hard and you can't get your broker or sales manager to help you. I got a really good one for you. You guys, if you're new real estate agents and you have questions, and I hate to say and all that stuff, but I just recently met with an agent. She was one of the first agents I trained, and I knew she was going to go ahead and go to another office because I really just brought her in to train her, and then she joined an office in Riverside where she lives. And what happened was I asked her, I'm like, so how's your real estate career going? And that's what I'll always ask you. I'll always say, how's your real estate career going? Why do you think it's going that way if it's bad? And what can you share with me to help other agents if it's going good? And she said, well, I haven't closed anything since I left your office. And I said, I'm so sorry. And why? And she told me the story about how she had one person in escrow and she was representing the buyer and she was not representing the seller. Now, I think I've told you many times on my website or on some of my videos that once the seller gets into escrow, a seller cannot back out. It's a binding contract. And if the seller says they don't want to sell to your client and you're the buyer, then you do a specific, it's actually called specific performance, and it's notice to perform. So you give them a specific performance notice, and then the seller has to sell. If the seller doesn't sell, then the buyer can sue the seller in court, and the judge is going to say, let me see the contract. And after the judge reads the contract, he's going to say, well, you, sir, Mr. Seller, are in breach of contract. And because you're in breach of contract, you have to sell the home. Well, unfortunately for my friend who, well, now she's a friend. Everybody I train becomes my friend. I said, what happened with your deal? Why did it fall out? She said, the seller backed out. I said, you know, you could have got them for specific performance. All you had to do was send them a form that said to perform. And if they didn't perform, then your clients, the buyers, would sue the seller for specific performance. The judge would look at the paperwork and the sellers would have to sell. It would be pretty quick and pretty cut and dry. And she's like, well, I went and I talked to my broker. This is why I always say, make sure you're working for a broker who knows what they're doing. She talked to her broker, and her broker said that you can't force a seller to sell. So go ahead and sign the cancellation. And I'm like, you're serious, right? Because I mean, that was like a $14,000 commission that she canceled out because her broker told her you can't force the seller to sell, which is absolutely wrong. So those of you that are new real estate agents, if you have a seller that gets cold feet and you already have a contract and the contract is binding, the seller does have to sell. So if your broker says no, then you say, I think I want to go to another broker, because that's what my little friend did. She went to a new broker. So that's one thing. So that's for you new buyers agents. Now, a lot of you, when you're brand new, you're definitely going to want to take anything. So if somebody says, well, I want to buy a home, you don't go, I just want to work with sellers. And if somebody says, I want to sell my home, and you say, I don't know how, don't do that either. So what you want to do is, ask for help at your office. Obviously, I'm always here. People text me all the time directly to my phone. And my phone number is on most of my videos, but I'm going to give it to you anyways. 714-745-6348. So that's 714-745-6348. I have a moth flying around me, and I know he's going to fly by, and he's driving me crazy. So anyway, with that said, so new buyers agents, stand your ground, make sure you do what you're supposed to do, and make sure you sign the disclosures and get them back to the other side, and you'll be good to go. Now, sellers agents. If you're a seller's agent, well, most of you are going to be doing both, because in the beginning you want to do both, get every deal you can. Don't give anything away. Really. If you need help, I'm here. Your broker or your sales manager should be there for you. And I'm going to be here every Friday. So I'm trying to be here every Friday and start at 3:30 and go as long as I possibly can. If you're here and you have questions, if you're just hanging out and learning stuff from me, that's fine too. Although next week, are you ready? I am going to be coming from New York. I don't know how I'm going to do it exactly yet, but the film that I tell you guys that I did, it's called The White Candle. And if you're having financial issues and you don't know what to do about money, watch The White Candle, because that will really help you. I'm telling you, ever since I lit my white candle, I have been having an amazing life. So let me tell you this. I'm going to be gone in New York next week, but I probably am still going to try to get online. The other thing, the week after that, from now on, we're going to start at 3:30, and we're going to go as long as I don't have to teach or I don't have something I have to go to. So tonight I'm teaching the MLO class, like I said, from 5 o'clock until 9 o'clock. And then I might go live on YouTube. I don't know. I have to take a loan application. So I'm still working in the business. So like I was saying, if you have questions about anything that has to do with real estate, literally, let's see. I'll tell you where I started. I was a loan officer first. So I'm going to start from there, and then I'll tell you the things that I did and answer questions about how you do it. And if you don't have questions or you don't want to ask them while you're online, you can always text me. Again, I said my phone number is 714-745-6348. So briefly, a top overview of how it works, so that you guys, because I get people to ask me all the same questions all the time, and I hate to go look for the video that says that, but sometimes I go look for the video that says that. So being a loan officer, You don't need a college education. You need to have graduated from high school. You need to take a 20-hour course. That's the one I'm teaching tonight. Tonight's the last day of the 20 hours. After the 20-hour course, you should really study, take a cram course. I've had people say that they watched all my videos and they passed. Do that, and then you'll have your MLO license, okay? Now, some of the places that you work at to be an MLO, to be a loan officer, and it's not over because rates are high. Actually, I'm busier than I've ever been. So, and I've closed more deals than I've ever closed in the last 6 weeks. So with that said, and I'm not telling a little fable, you guys, people are just trying to scare you not to get in our business, because when they get scared, they try to scare you so that they have more business. So don't listen to the people who are telling you not to do this. Being a loan officer, you will make money no matter what, all the time, because people always need money. Let me tell you why people always need money. There's divorces, okay? So one person has to buy the other person out, or they sell the house and somebody has to buy the house. There's people who die and their house goes into a trust and then they sell it, and then the buyer has to get a loan. There's people who want to take money out of their home. There's all kinds of reasons people always get money. I've been a loan officer since 1984 and I have never not worked, okay? So that's number one. Now, as a loan officer, there's two types of loan officers. There's one that goes under, well, actually three. Sorry about that. We always say there's two, but I'm going to tell you about three. Number one, the kind that work for the bank. If you get a job at a bank, you have to go to the NMLS. Now, they're closed at 5 o'clock Texas time, so don't expect to ask them questions if it's past 5 o'clock Texas time, okay? You go on there and you get what's called a unique identifier. If you go in there and get a unique identifier, it will take you about 3 minutes. So go on the NMLS website, get your unique identification number, and now that you got that after 3 minutes, now you could go and apply at a bank, and you don't have to take the 20-hour course. You don't have to take a test. You don't have to do any kind of education or anything. You can apply at a bank and say you have an NMLS number and you'd like to become a loan officer at their bank. Now, if you work at the bank, not only do you not have to take classes and you don't have to take the state test, but now you can work right there as soon as you get hired at a bank, okay? That's the first kind of loan officer. Those are called federally regulated. So if you work at a bank, you're federally regulated. You don't have to take any kind of education. You just have to get your NMLS number and apply at the bank. Number two, loan officers that are state licensed. So I'm state licensed. When you're state licensed, you have to take a 20-hour course, the one I'm going to be teaching tonight. Tonight's the last day, thank goodness. Tomorrow, if you're a current loan officer and you have to take your continuing education, tomorrow I get to teach the continuing education. It's an 8-hour course. And if you're licensed as a state licensed, okay, you have to take the 8-hour course every year. If you're federally regulated and you work at a bank and you never took a class, you don't have to take continuing education. How about that? So if you work at a bank, you don't have to take the 20-hour or the 8-hour continuing education. So tomorrow I teach the continuing education from 8:30 in the morning to 5:30 in the afternoon. And then thank God I don't teach until I come back from New York. Yeehaw. So anyway, now once you take the 20-hour class, because you're going to go work as a loan officer, there's two more types of loan officers you can be. So the first one is federally regulated. The second one is state licensed. If you're going to be state licensed, there's two different types of state licensed people that you're going to have. And state license is either A, working at the Department of Innovation and Finance. If you work there, you do not need a real estate license. If you work at a broker like I do that works under the Department of Real Estate, you need a real estate license. So, however, if you go work at one that's under the Department of Innovation and Finance, they get audited more. They have to do audits all the time every year, and they have to pay for them. And there's a lot more red tape for them, but that's their problem, not yours. You don't have to have a real estate license. The thing I was going to tell you about most of those companies is those are the type that hire you, and you have to be there from, let's call it 8:30 to 5. It's a 9-to-5 job. You're getting an hourly paycheck, but you're also getting anywhere. I talked to one guy, I almost went in shock. He gets $100 a file. So he gets $15 an hour and $100 a file. Okay. Now, if you want to work at that kind of place, that's great. Go do that. They give you leads and you can work a bunch. Some of those people, they're in the office by 7 and they're there till 10 o'clock at night, and they make $15,000 or $20,000 a month. On the other side, like I do. I'm a licensed loan officer with a real estate license, and I work at a mortgage broker. And we never see any of the other loan officers because we're out getting business. or walking the dog or going to the gym or anything that we want to do. If you work at a company like I work at, you get your MLO license and you get your real estate license, and then you get some training and you go work at a broker. We're called mortgage brokers. Now you can work at a mortgage broker or you can work at a mortgage banker. You can see what kind of license they want you to have. Again, a mortgage banker is more like the ones that are under the Department of Finance. It's Innovation and Finance. I don't know where they got that name. Anyways, a lot of the bankers are under those. So if they're under those, most of the time you're going to have to work an hourly position with a bonus for every file you close. So how I work is kind of scary, but if you have faith in yourself and you know you can do it, there I go with my manifestation is, guess what? You make way more money per file. So instead of making $100 a file and being there hourly, I mean, I'm constantly running around doing things. Being the president of Tri-County's president-elect, they're sending me all kinds of places, and I want to share what happened. Oh God, it's getting late. I got to look at the time. I got to watch the time because I have to teach that class, and it's timed. But here's the thing. If you work at a place like I work and you learn the business, it is so awesome because you have the type of life where I was able to accept the fact of being board president. I was able to go to they send me different places, and I can work when I want to work and how I want to work. And the amount of your file depends on your loan amount. So let's show you the numbers. Let's say that you get a loan amount that's 800 grand. So if you get 800 grand, somebody is watching me on YouTube or another channel. Oh, this is YouTube. Anyway, it says, you helped me pass my exam. Awesome! Congratulations, Joyce. That's so cool. So basically, so when am I going to get some loans from you, Joyce? We need to sit down and we need to pre-approve your clients so we can go shopping. You know, when people put loans through me, I make sure that they know what they're doing with their buyer, and I help them almost every step of the way because I know they might need some free training. And that's not, I mean, I help like brand new agents all the time with free training. Oh wait, you're inspired. That's so cool. The White Candle Story. Guess what? If you want, did you see the whole movie yet? Because if you haven't seen the whole movie, text me and I'll give you the QR code to the White Candle Story. So it's because of the White Candle Story that I'm going to New York. I'm one of 7 nominated short films, so I'm super excited. Being the best film of the Greater Lakes Christian Film Festival. Text me, okay? You know the number, right, Joyce? 714-745-6348. Yeah, text me. I'll send you the QR code after class tonight. And then it's about 12 minutes and 28 seconds but that White Candle Story really does motivate people and give them inspiration and show them that they should have faith. So those of you who don't know what the White Candle Story is, it's something that really happened to me in real life. And it's crazy. And I don't want to cry because, I mean, things that happen to me is ridiculous. Aw, you're welcome. Do they have a review for a broker's license? Absolutely. So I don't teach the review for the broker's license at Real Estate Trainers. I think her name is Tammy. She teaches the broker review. And the broker's exam is a lot like the real estate exam, but you have to pass with a 75 instead of a 70, so you need 5% more. And then the other thing is it's mostly the same questions, but there's about 12% broker questions that you're going to have to know for your broker's license. And I'm glad that you asked that because so many people get their real estate license and then they work under somebody else for years and years and years, making them money where, you know what, as a broker with a real estate license and an MLO license, I literally work out of my house. It's really hard for me to get out of my home. But now that they're making me travel a lot, and now I'm going to New York for the film, I'm still going to be here for my new agents because I want you guys to be awesome. So anyway, back to where we were. Let me see. We still have time. So back to where we were with the loan officers. So some people ask me, okay, so now that I got so I was going to tell you how much you make on a file, huh? You want to know. So, okay, we have an $800,000 loan. I make 2 points on the loan. That's $16,000. I get 65% of the $16,000. So do your numbers. If it was 50%, I would get $8,000. So I'm guessing that it's going to be, if it's $16,000 commission, I'd probably get somewhere around, I don't know, $11,500 or so, and the broker gets the other half. So imagine if I make roughly $7,000 to $10,000 a file, and I do 3 files a month. That's $21,000 to $30,000 a month, and I don't have to check in with anybody because they know that if I want to make money, I have to go get business. And if I go get business, I know that they'll close my file. So, you know, you can schedule your day, and that's one of the things we talked about. I think just following your videos enough. Do I think that just following my videos is going to make you pass a test? The sales test, yes. The mortgage test, possibly, if you're really, really smart. The broker's test, no, because there's broker-specific stuff that I don't have. But you know what? I'll work on that. When's your broker test? If you're going to take if you're the one on the broker's test, you know, you can call me anytime or text me and ask me questions. I will answer the phone. People crack up when I call them. It's super funny. But anyway, so working for an independent broker, you make way more money. Also, if you're working for an independent broker and you have your real estate license, as long as you're not doing a VA or FHA loan, conventional loans, and depending on the investor for the wholesale lender, you could actually do, like I just did on one deal. I was the listing agent, I was the buyer's agent, I was the loan officer. That's 3 deals in one, okay? I know it sounds like I made a bunch of money, but I was actually coaching the person who was selling the house and buying the house. And since I was coaching him, I was able to take the commission from the sale of his house, give it straightly to escrow so he could use that money towards the purchase of his second home. So what I did was I helped him in a way. So if I was going to pay him 50% because I hired him and I'm training him, instead of paying him 50%, I can give him the commission and it can be transferred over to the other one. So there's so many creative things I can do to help you in real estate. And so with the loan officers, yes, you can do all the transaction, but you have to know what you're doing. I mean, think about it. Don't be greedy, because if you're greedy and you don't know how to do loans, and you try to be the buyer's agent and do the loan at the same time, and you don't have the support that you need. I have support that I need. My office supports me a hunt. Am I seeing these messages? Yes, I am, Cheryl. I'm seeing the messages. That's why I answered you. Anyway, isn't that cool? So next thing, go to an office, because this is what's really important. Go to an office that gives back to the community. Go to an office that they know who you are. So if you go to an office where there's 300 agents, do you think that the broker knows you by name? Probably not. Do you think the broker is going to answer your questions as soon as you ask questions? Do you think the broker is going to go on the appointment with you? I really don't think so. Maybe if you have a really good mentor, yes. A coach won't go on the appointment with you. So you got to really pick something that can help you exceed your career. Even if you go to a small broker that helps you learn and you learn as much as you can. I've heard of people that go to small brokers, learn as much as they can, and then they open their own office. It says, I am very nervous. I have my test on Thursday. All right, because you're following me. Are you ready? My brother totally hates when I do this because he's my tech guy. I want you to text me, and I'm going to send you my $39.95 vocabulary for free. And I don't charge for anything else. That's the only thing I actually charge for. So if you text me and give me your email, so you have to text me because I have to sneak it out of my computer and send it to you. I'll have to do it tonight when nobody's watching. And then when you get your license, let me know and I'll help you. I love helping new agents because to me, if nobody helps you, you're never going to make it. I try not to be too amazing, but you know, what can I say? It's super fun. So anyway, you can do both. You can be a loan officer at the same time you're a real estate agent, but you should master one before you do the other. Flipping houses. So I was talking to this one guy that he got his license because he wants to flip homes. He knows nothing about flipping homes. You're very welcome. I look forward to helping you. So he got his license because he wants to flip homes, but he has no clue how to look for them, okay? There are so many ways to search, and I am going to do a boot camp. And when I do the boot camp, you 8 who are watching should be first in line. I'm going to do a boot camp from my house. Oh, there's only 7. The other one lost out. Ha! Anyway, I can only do actually 6 to 10 at one time. I've said I was going to do this forever, and I really want to do it. Is you come over on Friday night. We have wine and cheese. We all meet each other. On Saturday, all we do is sit around the pool under the umbrellas, because the umbrellas actually go in the pool. Sit around the pool with the umbrellas, and we talk about how do you work with a buyer. God, I want to do that so bad. And then on Sunday, we do the same thing, but we talk about sellers. And then when we're all done, you should know a lot more about buyers and sellers from hanging out with me and doing the boot camp. So that's for that's for real estate agents. For those of you who don't want to be real estate agents, you just want to buy and sell property. Should I get my license? Yes, you should. A lot of people say don't get your license, but you're going to save so much money in commissions that if you have your license, I love that. Yeah. let me know. We're going to connect up. So maybe I'll just do it with the agents who are already under me and add a couple of people who are watching YouTube, and we'll do a boot camp together. I think that's a good idea when I get back from New York. So I hope that you guys learned something. I got to see what time it is because I have to drive away from my house no later than 4 o'clock. And I usually go on TikTok after I'm on here. So then I'll go over to my TikTok. I want to say it's SS Butler, but I won't bet my life on it. SS Butler 8 is my TikTok, and I have some pretty funny things on there. But usually on this, I want to give you guys a lot of information, and I don't want you to come and chime in and go, ooh, she didn't teach us anything today, because that would really suck. I want you to tell everybody you know to watch this, and once we get it to where we have, you know, a little more people, and I have a little more things to say, and I'm interviewing, I'm going to pump it up and try to do it from 3 to 4, but it's really hard with my schedule. So with the flipping, I will do whatever I can to help you, Joyce. So when you're flipping homes, the most important thing is the purchase side. And the way that I show people how to flip a home, and everybody goes, oh, flipping home sounds like so much fun. It's more stress than fun, but the reward for seeing the home that you finished and what you get to pass on to a new family is incredible. And that's the thing that makes it so fun, is the end thing, the end game, and what you see that you did and how you changed somebody's life. And what I learned at the thing I was at this week, it's called Women Up. Now, guess what? It sounds like only women, right? Well, there was a couple of men there, and those men that were there were really learning from women, because Women Up is all about helping your community and paying it forward and being a real estate agent that actually cares about your client. And they're all owner brokers that care about the people who work for them. They call their people who work for them their team. Very interesting on the flipping homes. I know, it's super fun. You're very interested in flipping. And you enjoyed the videos are good. I think you're learning a lot. So I'm glad that you guys are learning and moving forward. So on the flipping the house thing, and you're interested in flipping, you really do. They say you don't have to have money, and there's all these classes that you can take that say you don't have to have money, because they say you don't have to have money, but you use other people's money. They call it OPM. Okay. My energy's amazing. I know, I was exhausted, man, because I was going to the Woman Up all day, and then I was teaching the 20-hour class at night, and then I'm stopping at Home Depot because they close at 10, and I have furniture that I ordered from Home Depot from my backyard. It's super pretty. You guys gotta check it out by coming over and hanging with me by the pool. So I got one more package to pick up from Home Depot, and then I got to put all the chairs together. So I'm running around like crazy, and I'm trying to keep my energy, and I'm dieting. Now I feel better about being on the screen, because I've already lost 8 pounds. And I'm one of those people who have tried everything my whole life to lose weight. I know that's not real estate, but the gummy bears on Instagram work. I don't know what you guys look like, but I've lost 8 pounds in like 6 days. I think that's pretty darn good. Anyway, so back to real estate. So if you want to flip, you can ask me anything you want about flipping. I can do a class on flipping. Curious to get your thoughts on doing real estate part-time, especially for a new agent. Okay, part-time. Let me tell you about part-time in real estate. I just closed a purchase, a sale, and a loan. I can't even see straight. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I was taking my computer everywhere I could go and trying to plug in. It's almost impossible to do it part-time unless you have somebody that is going to hire you. I know the intermittent fasting works, but I just can't do that. I think the gummy bears are making me fast, because I was really hungry this morning, and I thought, oh, I'm going to take a gummy bear and I didn't have any creamer, so I drank a Diet Coke. That still gave me caffeine, didn't it? Anyway, so I took the gummy bear with the Diet Coke, and that's all I've had today. That's pretty bad, huh? I'm not Superwoman, but you know what? I did audition for Wonder Woman when they were looking for a new Wonder Woman, and I had dark hair, so I grew up with dark hair, and then instead of gray, I went blonde because I didn't like the gray at all. So anyway, what was I going to tell you guys about? The flipping. What else? Now I lost it. See, when you talk to me, I lose what I'm on track on. That's pretty funny. I want to lose some pounds too. The gummy bears are the ones that are called the keto gummy bears. They're really sticky, and they're really tiny, and they're not too expensive, and you take them twice a day, and they make you forget about food. That's what they do. And I've tried everything else. I tried the stupid tea. I tried the stupid thing that the guy gave me where he has this whole video on his wife. It doesn't work. So what are you sorry for? Sorry. Sorry for telling you something and then I forgot what my track of mind was. Oh, we were talking about part-time agents. So let me say something about the part-time agents. Here's the problem. It's great and everybody will hire you part-time. Let me explain something to you without being harsh, okay? How about that? Harsh. The reality of real estate, school, real estate, getting hired, working with a broker. Reality, 50% of the people fail from the time they start to the time they get to taking our crown course. So they give up while they're taking the classes. So if you got past that, you're better than 50% of the people. Then you take our crown course, and most people pass, 97% when they take my class. For the most part, about 80% people pass when they take a crown course. 50% of people pass the real estate test if they don't take a crown course or they don't reach out to someone like me. And there's not a lot of people like me that's going to help you get past the test for free. So you could call me. So anyway, once you pass the test, a lot of people fall out because they don't have the guts to call a broker. Let me tell you something about the brokers and the sales managers. They want you more than you want them. They want you because you're breathing and you got a license and you're brand new. Because what's going to happen with you, and this is harsh, but it's true, is they want you because you're going to do 3 deals. It says, how about going in on a team? Teams are good, okay? So you asked me about team and part-time, so I'm still going to think about that. I'm on part-time right now. So anyway, basically, if you're going to be working part-time, you have to find somebody that will hire you. Well, if you're breathing and you have a license, anyone will hire you unless you're a really, really crazy loser, okay? So pretty much anybody's going to hire you because they want you to come in brand new because you're going to have 1 to 3 people in your sphere of influence, that's all the people you know, that are going to buy or sell something. So they want you to come in and do your first 1 to 3 deals, and then you're either going to fail or become amazing. And so if they hire 300 people, I have a broker and a team waiting in the wings, just need my license. That's awesome. Hey, Sharon, any materials that you can suggest studying the broker's test for California? I also want your MLO license. Okay, Cheryl, the MLO license, honestly, I can help you with that because I teach it, but you have to take the 20-hour course. The brokers, I was in Real Estate Trainer's office the other day, and they not only have a crown course for brokers, but they have practice test questions for the brokers. And I think they have like 4 books of them. There's a ton of them. So I would call Real Estate Trainers. They're in Anaheim. I work for them. That's where I have to be today. The class starts at 5 o'clock. So we usually do it on the weekend. The 20-hour course is usually all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and then Monday night, and then you have your 20-hour course and you can go take your test. Go online and get your unique identifier number. It doesn't cost anything. You just go online and get it. So that's that. Back to the part-time. If you have a team or you have a broker that's willing to work with you and they're going to help you, then go with those people so that they'll work with you and help you. Because if you're, let's say, a teacher or a hairdresser or somebody that can't get to the phone when your client needs a walkthrough, like today, oh, good example, my guy that just bought his house. He called me like right in the middle of my class last night. I called him back and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, the electricity won't stay on. I go, what are you doing different? He said, I put the air conditioning on, the electricity goes off. So when he says that, yeah, you guys can call me. So when he said that, I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? Well, he is an electrician. So he went and he checked and it was the breaker. He turned on the electricity, the breaker was good. Then he turned on the air conditioning and the breaker went off again. So we have an electrical problem that I don't think the sellers disclosed. So now I spent today, I'm waiting to take my broker's test. Should I do that first and then the MLO? Well, which one well, you're doing real estate now. I would do the brokers first because you know that it's going to be less studying and less stress. So do the broker one first because you know that stuff more than you know the MLO stuff. And then come to my class live if you're close by. That would be awesome. Because it's super fun when people come live. Because we're, when the camera goes off when we're taking a break, people ask me all kinds of questions before and after the class and on the break. So it's actually more fun in class. But I'm trying to give you guys as much information I can that's not duplicate every Friday. I don't want to bore you on Fridays. So let's see. I told you about what I did. So I got my MLO license. I didn't have to get an MLO license when I became a loan officer. And I just did loans until I got my broker's license. But let's see what you asked me about part-time. You asked me about a team. Okay, on the teams. It used to be crazy because when teams first started being teams, they started being teams and the head team person wasn't a broker. They used the broker's license from the office. And at first, from what I understand, I don't know how true it is, but from what I understand, the DRE didn't like that because they felt that the person on top should have a broker's license and the team is underneath them. And unfortunately, the DRE looked at that a couple times. The thing I don't like about teams is if you're going to be on a team, make sure you're going to get credit on the CRMLS or the MLS that you're on. Because what happens a lot of times when you're on a team with somebody who's really up there, the listing is under his or her name, and then you don't get credit. So you don't get your track record improved. So your track record, people know if you're doing business by looking at the MLS. They can track your track record by looking at the MLS. So if you're going to be on a team, make sure you're getting credit for the work you do. So that's what I can say about a team. And back to the part-time thing, some teams are not going to take you on part-time. Some of these, if you're really going to be a real estate agent and you really want to make this happen, you can make it happen, and you can make way more money in any other job than you're going to work in if you do what people tell you to do and you make a plan and you follow through with the plan. If you don't follow through with the plan and you're just like, doing your other job and you're just kind of doing hit or miss real estate on the other side, you're never going to make the money that you can make in real estate. You can do really well, and it's not about the money. I had a really great talk with one of my new agents today. It's not about the money. As soon as you let go of the money and realize what you're doing is you're doing an incredible service. Awesome, good. You're doing an incredible service to help somebody find their new home, and you're going to change their life, and the money will come. If you believe that the money will come and you're in this for the right reasons, you're going to do really well. And the other thing is, one of the things I learned about Women Up this week, because Women Up was this week in Huntington Beach, one of the things I learned was a lot of the offices actually have their agents pick a charity to donate to the charity so that charity and that real estate office works together. So I'd love to tell you guys all these things and answer all your questions, but now I've got to run because I got to teach a class. And I'm going to be here every Friday night if I'm afternoon, and I'm always going to start at 3:30. And if I'm going to start earlier, I'll tell you the week before. Next week I'll be doing it from New York. And in between time, if you guys have any real estate questions that you don't know or you're stuck, if you're a real estate agent on the buyer side and you're new, or you're a real estate agent on the sellers and you're new, and your broker or your manager is not helping you, feel free to call me. If you're looking to buy or sell or flip houses and you want to know, well, should I wait till I get my real estate license? Feel free to ask me. I'll give you all the numbers and tell you how it works. And I really appreciate you guys watching and learning. I just want to help you move forward in your career, and I really got to run. Thank you. You're very welcome. I hope everything was helpful. And if you want to write to me or put in the comments stuff that you want me to teach you, I'll teach you, because literally I have done almost everything you could do in real estate except for commercial or industrial. And by the way, I don't know if I should announce this or not, but I just hired a new agent who is going to run our commercial division. Yes, I'm going to do it with him. We're going to work on it together. We're going to learn all about commercial, industrial, and apartment buildings, and he's going to head that division. He's a phenomenal young man he's 22 and he acts like he's 55. And we're going to do everything we can to help everybody with every aspect of real estate, because there's a lot of new people that want to learn about commercial and residential. So have a great weekend. Text me, comment, let me know what you need to know about real estate, and I'll help you any way I can. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. You know my number. Call me if you need me. Bye.